Hello fellow modelers and styling fanatics, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine and enjoys the hobby. Concrete Bunker is back with another one of its notorious episodes. Today, me and Past George have managed to almost complete our weird tiger. So you guys know the drill. Grab a seat, crack a mandatory cold one, and see why we managed to almost complete it. To find out, you have to stick to the end of the video. So, see you then. Well guys, welcome to part 4. As expected, we continue our work onto the weird and unique tiger. And the vehicle is almost where we left it on part 3. And to refresh your memory, on part number 3 we have attached the road wheels, tracks, side fenders, and we have base coated the whole vehicle in Panzer dark grey. Now in between part 3 and this video I have made some extra work onto the vehicle. I have mixed a lighter shade of Panzer dark grey and I apply it in strategic places of the vehicle so I can create some fake highlights and color modulation. Places that I choose to apply that lighter dark grey color is over here on top of the turret. Let me give you a closer look. Here in this stripe and onto the turret lid, all the way on the edges and onto the bolts of this hatch, and on the protruding parts of the turret all around, over here at the vents, and in general in protruding parts from the vehicle, just to depict a fake highlight. I did that as an experiment to see how it goes. Now, what's my next step, you may ask? My next step is to attach, of course, detail paint all the accessories and pioneer tools, and attach them onto the vehicle, give it a dark wash, just to accentuate the detail and create a little bit depth, and we're gonna see from there. Well guys, I have several stuff painted and ready to go. I have installed only 2 parts, which is this one over here and the exact same thing on the other side over here. These are the things that keep the fenders, you know, the last part of the fenders, the mud guards, and I have made a small improvement to them as well. I have rolled them, I have rolled a piece of wire all around them to depict, you know, the spring stuff. I'm gonna give you a photo I'm gonna put a photo so you can understand exactly what I did there, because I cannot explain it as usual. I can explain it in Greek, but I cannot explain it in English. Anyway, let's move on to our build, and now we're gonna attach the bar or the bracket that holds the extra tracks, the spare tracks, which is supposed to go over here like this. Then we have to attach 2 C-hooks, or 2 hooks in general, they are not C-hooks to be precise. and I always forget that I have to look through the camera and not on the model. Anyway, let's see. There we have. First one is in place. Let's go for the second one. Second one, of course, is gonna fight me because of reasons. Yep, there we have it. Now we are supposed to slide the spare tracks over here, but they are in process of painting, so I'm gonna leave them off for the time being, and we're gonna move on to our last piece for the rear, which is none other than the jack himself. Let me see if I can give you a closer look of what I have done. And of course my workbench lights don't do it justice, and I will need to give this problem a solution one of these days. No. There we have him. See, now my lights are doing justice onto the work that I did on the jack. So looks like we have the rear part of the vehicle ready. Now let me paint another bunch of accessories, and I'm gonna be back. So guys, we have another bunch of accessories and tools to put onto the Tiger. I have already pre-painted them, so I am gonna start immediately, so I won't spend much of your time. As I've said multiple times, I don't wanna bore you, so we're gonna start with what it appears as jack blocks, the wooden jack blocks. It has two over here at the back. It's one and number two over here. Here they are. I have used my preferred trio of colors for wood. Let me grab them so I can show you. One is mahogany brown, 70.846, and the other two come from Panzer Aces range, 311 new wood and 310 old wood. and to top it all off, just a wash from Humble, the dark brown thing, and they are ready to go. This time, usually I give it another coat of black wash if the part has the wood grain texture, but these ones were plain, so no need for me to use an extra coat of dark wash on top of everything. And now we go for the fire extinguisher. Base coated with Panzer Dark Grey. I have painted the straps with leather belt, Panzer Aces 312, and gunmetal on the belt buckles. And to top it all off, of course, the Tamiya panel liner, the dark one. Now I will need also to add the sledgehammer. I have it over here. Instructions say that it should go here. Which I don't think it is the proper position, but since the instructions are saying that, I'm gonna follow them. And finally we have another jack. Which one it's supposed to go over? Okay, here. No, I'm gonna reverse it because I don't like its position. So we've got most of the parts over here in the back, and we're gonna move at the sides. Of course, I have added this tail light off camera, and I have base coated it. I'm gonna attempt to detail paint the tail lights, but this is the thing that I'm gonna do off camera because it's gonna involve a lot of cursing and a lot of back and forth to achieve the desired, effects. So anyway, let me prepare the rest of the accessories and I'm gonna be back. Onwards. Okay guys, we have painted almost all the accessories and we are ready to attach them onto the sides of the vehicle. Of course, I have pre-attached one of the two towing ropes in the other side. That's the only part that you need to attach onto this side, and I'm gonna move onto the other one. Of course, I did that off camera because the kit has two towing ropes and they are attached in similar ways, so no need for you to see it twice. I had a small issue attaching this rope, and I'm gonna explain you when I'm gonna attach this one. But let's start with the Pioneer tools first. and I'm gonna tell you as we go. So we're gonna start with the axe, if I can find my tweezer. My workbench is a little bit mess at the moment, but okay. And then we have two shovels. They are the same, labeled with different numbers, and going onto different directions. So one is this one, looks forward at the front of the vehicle, and the other one is that one, which looks at the rear of the vehicle. Now I am going to pause the video for a moment so I can leave these accessories to dry, and we are gonna be back for the towing rope. And now that everything is dry, it is time for us to install the towing rope. So the problem I faced with the first towing rope is that it needed to be glued in position because it is a little bit warped. Same problem is gonna happen here if I am not mistaken. But anyway, we're gonna see. So all the points you see, all five over here and 2 over here are connection points for it. I'm gonna apply glue in all of those places, and we're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna line it up correctly. Yep, looks like we have the same issue. Now what I'm gonna do to face that issue, looks like these two are okay and these three are okay. I'm gonna wait for them to dry, and when they dry I'm gonna reapply some glue over here and press it with my hand until the glue kicks and set the part in place properly without it flying. You know what I mean, flying, not attached to the hole. Apart that, I am also going to attach the two front the two headlights and two bars over here, off camera of course, because they are easy to attach, and the spring parts over here, which are going to be the same with those ones over here. And I'm gonna be back to start the weathering steps on the Tiger. So guys, a couple of days have passed, to be honest. I think it's 2 since the last time I recorded, but I was working on our build, and I have managed to get it almost finished. I know that I've told you that I'm gonna detail paint the turret and attach some parts over here in the front. I did those off camera, and I just proceeded with the decals application and the weathering. Now let me break it in pieces and show you exactly what I did. Since the last time you have seen it, I have attached, as I've said, the headlights, the springs over here. at the corners that lift the mudguards, and these two towing hooks, bars, anyway, these two things. Now, apart those two, apart the parts, the detail parts over here at the front, I have continued with the decals. Of course, and on the instructions there was not a decal application guide, so I opted to apply the decals as I would have applied them. Sorry, I cannot speak again today. On a typical Tiger, so the iron crosses go over here, one on this side and one on the opposite. The bigger one, of course, goes on the back of the turret, on the back of the turret lid. And I have, from all the numbers, I have chosen 0 because there is only, I think, 2. I think that they are only produced 2. One with a concrete turret for for practice, and the other one is this, and another one that managed to be the command tank for the elephant battalion, command tank for the elephants. So 0 and 14, I chose 14 mainly because the decal film is not so, it was close to the numbers, so it was easy for me to conceal it. Decals were wonderful, and I have to praise Italeri for that. They laid down wonderfully, no silvering at all, guys. I am really amazed, and the film, the decal film, was pretty close to the decal. So congratulations, Italeri, for those decals. And apart when I have applied the decals, the next thing I have done to the whole thing was to give it a pin wash with the Tamiya black panel liner, let that dry, then of course wipe the excess off, and then I gave the whole thing a dot filter with oil paints. The oil paints I have used, not in all places, were burnt umber. The other one I cannot remember. Let me see. Oh yes, yellow ochre and titanium white. I mainly used titanium white to create, to create the fading effects onto the dark gray, the Panzer dark gray, and I think I have nailed it. Of course, over here I have added yellow ochre and burnt umber and raw umber, sorry, because I wanted to depict sludge and dirt deposits, because this is where the crew operates, so it is supposed to be dirty. And let me turn it slowly around so you can see the results. Now, in normal circumstances, I would slap some mud on the wheels and call it done, but this is not my intention. What my intention is for this tank. So, as I've said, I have a plan for the Tiger, and what this plan is, I am planning to create a small scene that to be honest with you guys, I was searching to find a photograph so I could depict to create a small scene or a diorama with the tiger. I couldn't find anything that moved my interest, but a friend of mine has created something that inspired me, and I wanna almost copy the same thing that he created. I'm not gonna tell you much more about it because this is a topic for our next video, but I am only gonna show you the two protagonists of the scene. The first one, of course, is gonna be our weird tiger, and the second protagonist is going to be our elephant. So, if you are interested if you are interested to see, you have to stick along for our next episode, of course. And with all that said and done, my friends, we have made it to the end of this episode. Of course, on our next episode, we will probably start working onto the scene that I wanna create. I hope you guys found this video helpful and interesting, and stick along for the next one. Before I go, I wanna thank each and every one of you guys that watched this video. A special thank you to my old and new subscribers. You guys are the best, and you are the reason I keep doing these videos. For the newcomers out there that encounter one of my videos for the first time, welcome guys. I hope that you like what I do. If so, you all know what to do. Leave a like, comment with your thoughts and opinions, share the video if you believe it deserves to be shared, or even consider subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, take care and model on. It was that Mofo Damon, signing out.